Hi guys, I'm here with Kati in the kitchen and we're trying to prepare borscht. Wait, not trying, we're actually going to. So borscht is a Russian or Ukrainian rather soup, but you know, Slavic. And we have an enormous amount of vegetables here, as you can see. Let me go over the ingredients. We have obviously the beet. Look what I did. We have the beet, we have potatoes, we have carrots, cabbage, tomato, or you can use canned tomato paste. I prefer fresh. We have an onion, garlic, have salt and pepper. We have a little bit oil for frying, and that's basically it. But do not forget, the most important thing is the mystery ingredient. It's the bay leaf that you add before the boiling so that it releases all of its beauty. So you should grate the carrots, and you can use the grater if you have it, or we're in 21st century, so I got this baby here that's gonna do it all for me. Here we go. So for beets, depending on the recipe and who is doing it, people would grate it as well. So now that we've peeled all of the vegetables, beets, the carrots, and the potatoes, you grate the carrots, and you can also grate the beets, but I prefer to chop it, make it cube it basically, so that I have bigger pieces, so that you have some sort of texture in the soup. And then you also cube the potatoes. Okay. Yes, Katy is waiting for me to stop munching on the carrot. So, B in Borsch stands for building flavor. And that's what we're going to be doing right now. And it's not just throwing stuff in the pot and waiting. No, we're gonna prepare everything and start from the very beginning. And very beginning is onions and carrots. So you will put a little bit of oil in the pan, warm it up, and then you would add your grated carrots, and you can also grate your onion, chop your onion, whatever you want to do with the onion. I chop it. You can grate it, doesn't matter. And then you put it on the pan to release the flavor. That will be your level one. If you would Google the recipe for borscht, you would find 100 different variations, and don't be alert. Basically, everybody makes borscht their own way. And I mean, the main ingredients are more or less the same. Of course, they'll have the beets, of course, they'll have the carrots, but then some people do or do not add onions. Some people do or do not add potatoes. Cabbage is always there. So you can experiment with our recipe and then see, or maybe if you don't like potatoes, it's okay if you leave it out. That is fine. Also, we're preparing a vegetarian version of the soup, but you can also do the one with beef broth. The only thing you would do is just add beef. I like the bony part. You just put it in the water and do the stock, or you can use the ready-made beef stock. And then just everything that we do with water, you would already have the beef stock, and then continue following our steps. I would be putting beets, pre-cut beets, into the water. See, that should be okay. Yeah, anyway. So I'm getting ready to build the level 2 of our flavor profile. I'm putting the beets into the water, and this is basically going to be beets broth. It's gonna turn this beautiful red color. As you can see, we're eyeballing everything, and this is about a little bit more than a half a pot of water, maybe 3/4 of a pot. Basically, how much soup you want, you put as much water. But remember, you always need to leave space for the vegetables that you're going to be putting in. So remember, right now it's over here. Once we start shoving stuff, it will be more or less closer to the top. Over here, I have onions getting translucent. I have them kind of big, but I guess the bigger the chunks, the bigger the flavor. You add onions first, fry them, make them nice and golden, and then you would add carrots in a little bit. I already have the beets in the water, onions are cooking away, carrots are getting ready to join them. I'm gonna chop the potatoes and then put them with the beets. Because remember, out of all of our vegetables, potatoes are going to be taking the longest to cook together with the beets because they're the harder vegetables. Carrots we grated, so it would not take as long. And then also we chop the cabbage real fine, so it would not take that long either. So that's why we start boiling beets first, then potatoes. Now we chuk chuk. I need the chuk chuk wand.
When you're ready.
I have added tomatoes, chopped tomatoes into the onion and carrot mixture to add another layer of flavor. Now, you can also use canned tomatoes, that's also cool. Tomato paste is fine, anything tomatoey. I would also add dried oregano and dried dill into this mixture so that dry herbs will start releasing flavor. I boil everything again. This is optional. If you have dried herbs of any kind, it would work great here. If not, I mean, salt and pepper at the end would be fine too. We're at the point where we're going to be combining everything together. I would add our cabbage, which is completely raw. I'm just going to add that up. And you see I chopped it real fine. You can always pick your own way of chopping, but it will boil down at the end. So here goes. Then I'm adding this beauty. I wish you can smell this because this is so amazing. I also like to add garlic, but I prefer to keep it whole. I just kind of break it with a knife, or you can make incisions, so it would release the flavor, but you can just fish it out and throw it away. And the inaugural bay leaf. Oh.
Shout out to Boris.
Yes, we watched that Life of Boris on YouTube. I love that show. You guys should finish the Borsch and then go watch it. He makes fun of the bay leaf and putting it in the Borsch, so we decided to follow him and do the same.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Hi, babes. You're so beautiful. Don't forget to give your food love. Right now we're putting salt, reducing the heat. Pretty much at this point, pepper. Pretty much at this point, everything is already cooked. More or less, see how soft cabbage is. And the potato is also cooked by now. So I just reduce it. I don't want it to be boiling anymore. It just needs to basically sit there, get all the flavors mixed up, and then it already smells good. So you would feel, even in the smell, how the flavor develops the longer it sits and kind of gets to know each other. Actually, it's better to eat borscht the next day.
Bay leaf sighting.
Yeah, so sometimes it's even tastier the next day. The longer it sits, the longer it marinates.
Like lasagna.
Yeah. So it's not like you have to eat it the same day. You can absolutely leave it for the next day.
We're eating it tonight, though.
Oh, yeah. And then we're taking home some.
And it's absolutely necessary, anything we do with Anna.
To put the towel on top. I don't know. It just gives it an extra warmth or something. My mom always does that. So
make sure you have a towel handy. That way you're able to cover the pot. I will take one.
Essential part. You can obviously eat it like this, but it's so much better with a dollop of daisy. Squeeze a little bit in, and then you can enjoy. See, I have a traditional spoon, so I can fit more in my mouth. I put a little bit of fresh parsley on top. I have some growing, so it's a really nice touch. If you don't have it, it's okay. You can also do dill. Even cilantro will work. So yeah, let's try. This is inspired by my bowl of hot borscht in the cold morning when I arrived to Sheremetyevo airport in Moscow, and I have myself a little bit of Russian meal. No matter what time of day it is, I really like some hot soup after the flight. It just comforts you, it warms you from the inside, and this is my version of it. I hope you enjoy it.